are ready to continue with our program. So I'm very pleased and honored to introduce William Kurk, who is taking the stage for the next performance. William Kurk was born and raised in Chicago and is a disciple of a rich musical heritage. William is a great-grandnephew of Thomas A. Dorsey, who's widely regarded as the father of gospel music, who's also buried at Oakwood Cemetery, and the grandson of Lena McLin, who is a prolific author, composer, arranger, and teacher. William graduated from Columbia College Chicago with a BM in music composition. He has been a musical director for several musical productions over the years, including Serafina, which was where he was nominated for Best Musical Director, The Wiz, Once on This Island, Godspeed, and Trouble the Water, which was the winner of Black Theatre Alliance for Best Show. As accompanist, he's worked with Steve Arrington, Chico DeBarge, Dionne Warwick, KRS-One, Michelle Williams, and Malcolm Jamal Warner, just to name a few. As an independent artist, Kurk has released 8 studio albums, as well as a live performance DVD. A few of the notable guest talents on his various recordings include Grammy Award winner Bob Mintzer, Will Kennedy, Selena Albright, Marquise Hill, Markeel Jordan, Chester Gregory, Benny Reed, and Kenny Wesley. He's also the host of a popular educational web series called Synth Sounds Of on Reverb.com. Please put your hands together to welcome William Kurk to the stage.
Precious Lord, take my hand, lead me on, let me stand. I am tired, I am weak, I am worn. Through the storm, through the night, lead me on to the light. Precious Lord, lead me home, lead me home.
Thank you. Well, it's a pleasure and an honor to be here for this very unique occasion. Normally, I don't really get to do a performance like this where I get to actually pay like serious homage to my legacy, to my family, and also give tribute to the legacy of gospel music and just music in general. So it's also a blessing to be here because I consider the Woodlawn area to be part of my neighborhood as well. Definitely grew up in Chicago in the city, and much of it was done in South Shore, which is pretty adjacent. So safe to say I've seen this neighborhood go through a change, and it's changing in a very beautiful way. So that song, of course, goes without saying. It was by Thomas A. Dorsey, Precious Lord. And I just want to say that when I was younger, like most people that grow up in a family, they don't really look at their family as something that's like extraordinary, if that makes sense. Like you love your family, but you don't think like, oh, they're great. And then when I would, go visit Thomas A. Dorsey with my grandma, and he was definitely like just chilling. He was just like, look, I'm not doing anything, I'm not moving, just living out my days. And even in that moment, I was just like, okay, this is like a unique thing, but didn't hit me until after he passed away. I was in grade school, and it was just so much love and affection for him. So I wanted to just give you some context of like, hey, I am very much related, but I also was super young, and I didn't really appreciate or understand his impact. Get older, and it's like, oh wow, he was pretty important, to say the least. So my grandmother, as mentioned, Lena McGlynn, she is the one who more or less pushed me into being the musician. Like the musician, I'll talk about that later, some other selections I'll do, but she really poured into me, and she poured into so many people. Can't even begin. That's a whole different performance in itself. But she wrote a song that was dedicated to Martin Luther King, and that's the next selection I'm going to do. Is called "If They Ask You Why He Came."
They ask you why he came, to show mankind how to live here below. If they ask you why he came, to teach us peace and harmony, being guided from above. He taught brotherhood and love. The world to know of his path, people tried marching hand That's the reason why he came. Martin Luther King was his name. That's the reason why he came.
Thank you. So I do have this solo artist career that honestly was the impetus behind me getting serious as a musician. And of course, when you're around family that's music, once again, I'll talk about that a little bit later because the web is wide. You don't really appreciate the craft. It's like growing up on a farm. You know, it's like, okay, yeah, it's chickens and it's, you know, you're growing vegetables, but you don't really appreciate how much work and how much of a craft that is. How many people can actually grow food? One person. There you go. See? That's how rare it is. So I had to learn to appreciate the craft of what music meant to the family and what that speaks to. Obviously, my grandmother being a very devout Christian woman, Thomas A. Dorsey, he turned his life over to God and created gospel music, and there's a lot of pressure growing up. So I had to find my own way to express myself without trying to necessarily live up to my grandma and Thomas A. Dorsey. So when I started recording, you know, my original music, started to release it, the first original, like I would say official release was 2004, but my cousin and my auntie are here, they can attest, like I had music back in the 90s and I released some stuff and nobody will ever hear that stuff. Maybe, who knows? Maybe it'll get leaked. But anyway, when I released this first album, I wrote a song called In Your Loving Arms, and the song got covered again by an artist, Selena Albright, who's a dear friend of mine, but she's also the daughter of Gerald Albright, who's a renowned saxophonist. And she basically took the song and made it her own. Like she's like now the surrogate mother of my song. I am having visitation rights right now by performing this song. So I don't ever get to perform this song, but this is the right occasion for it. And this is my way of bridging the gap of being a young, up-and-coming artist and trying to find that thread of spirituality. It's called In Your Loving Arms.
Wake up every day, you touch my soul. You are more than love. It is you that exist in my world and up above. When I wake up every day, you give me the strength to continue on. If it were not for you in my world, I would not be strong. Take me in your loving arms. Take me in your loving arms. I know for a fact I will never leave you in your arms. Take me in your loving arms. Oh, take me in your loving arms. I know for a fact I will never leave you in your arms. I get nervous when I think about all you've done for the human race. How destructive mankind can become with your love and grace. It is you that sees the good in all of our souls and the path we take. For your love's the only thing in this world that will never break. Take me in your loving arms. Take me in your loving arms. I know for a fact I will never leave you in your arms. Take me in your loving arms. Oh, take me in your loving arms. I know for a fact I will never leave you in your arms. Take me in your loving arms. Oh, yeah. Take me in your loving arms. I know for a fact I will never leave you in your arms. Take me in your loving arms. Take me in your loving arms. I know for a fact I will never leave you in your arms.
Thank you, thank you. And just a little backstory about that song. There was no real significant thing that happened in my life that made me write that, but I do remember there was a headspace I was in where I thought, listening to music at that time, this was like 2002, 2003, music started to shift a bit. We're now into the millennium, and of course, everybody that's old enough remembers how big club music was. It was just like, you could find me in the club, bottle full of bub, everybody's in the club, and I'm like, what happened to the R&B, adult contemporary music where people like gave some level of devotion? And in the 90s you had that, in the 80s you definitely had that, 70s, but the turn of the millennium, you just didn't have it. So that was my creative headspace for that song. This next song is definitely gonna be me speaking about the lineage in more context. So my father was a drummer, a very prolific person, a scholar, a brainiac of sorts. A lot of my own unique I guess, nerdisms kind of stem from him, I would say. And my mother was a very accomplished singer, also a bassist. And I would say I get my grit from her. She's kind of like, like I get my don't take no nonsense attitude from her, I guess. I couldn't think of a word, so that's the best way I could put it. But yeah, this next song is called Mirror. And whenever you get ready to go out somewhere and you just, you don't think much of it. You look at yourself and you do what you got to do to make yourself presentable to the world. But then one day I wrote this song because I was like, I am literally like an amalgamation of my mother and my father. Like DNA is a fascinating thing. And I won't get too long with it on that. That's a separate subject matter. But this song is called Mirror. And this song is more or less a dedication to my parents and also my ancestry. And really quickly, this song is on my second album called The Sound Volume 2, released in 2007. And the first album was Volume 1, the first one was Volume 2. The third one is called Volume 3, yes, I was waiting for it. By the way, I know we're in the church, we're in a sacred space. You're given permission to, call and response. This is what church is all about. So if I say, hey, y'all say, we'll work on that. That was just a practice one, but it's fine. This is Mirror. I see a reflection, somebody who knows me. I feel a connection with the person I see. This image is special, outlining the spirit. My soul is protected, standing healthy and free. We see the world through our eyes. There is another surprise. Look at the mirror in your heart, sharing the shape of your world. We see the world through our eyes, yeah. There is another surprise. Oh, look at the mirror in your heart, sharing the shape of your world. My mother and father, ancestors before me, my God in the heavens gave me something to be. I'm more than a person, collection of mind and matter, searching for my design.
your girl. Oh, 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 We see the world through our eyes, yeah, yeah. Another surprise, yeah. Look at the mirror in your heart, sharing the shape of your world, We see the world through our eyes. Surprise in your heart, sharing the shape of your world. Look at the mirror in your heart, in your mind. There's a mirror reflecting the world we live in every day, every day.
Thank you. Thank you. See, we're getting a little relaxed now. I like that. Sometimes, as a performer, there's just like that anxiety of like, am I really here? Are y'all here? But I know you're here. You know, I just want to make that clear. I see you, you see me. But I just want to, you know, sometimes express that. But that's Mirror. That song is like, hey, thank you, Dad, who's looking down on me, looking down on us. Thank you, Mom. Mom is still with me, so shout out to Mom and all the ancestors. And shout out to my family over here, my auntie and my cousin. You know, family's important, So this next song is called Perfect Mutations. Now, this song is really an anomaly because when I wrote this song, this is a very short but very important story about this song. So back in 2006, it was summer 2006, I had this big show lined up for July for my birthday, and I think it was gonna be like a birthday gig situation. So it was like, yeah, William Kurk Enterprise, it's gonna be my birthday. And then a week before it, I ended up in the hospital because I had a collapsed lung. And my lung collapsed out of nowhere. It's called spontaneous pneumothorax. And apparently there's like this 10 to 15% chance that there are young men that are thinner tend to get this thing. I don't know why I fell into this pool of 10%, 15, but it happened. My lung just collapsed. I just thought I was like short of breath or something. I was like, maybe it's just gas. I don't know. Just being honest, like, you know, hey, I went to Walgreens, I was like, my Lanta, nope. Went to the ER, they was like, your lung is like really low. We need to operate on you. So they put me under. I went through the operation. Obviously, it went fine. I'm still here. And all through like when I was under the knife, I had this, it was so weird. This song is a result of whatever was happening in my brain during anesthesia. I don't remember anything, but I remember I woke up and I'm like, there's this thing. It goes like this. And so that became the nucleus of this song. Now, this song is about the creation of, not so much the creation, but the gift of how people are given abilities, almost superpowers, almost like things that are divine-like. And so that's what this song's about. It's about my experience having surgery. But it's also kind of like a metaphysical thing because it's like I wasn't even awake. So prepare yourself.
light fills the air. Doctors are about everywhere. Patient has arrived, let's prepare to operate and mutate. Delicate incisions performed will generate matter that leads us to be perfect mutations. Telescopic light fills the room. Nurses should report very soon. Vital signs are weak, let's presume to operate and mutate. Medical insurance accepted for the procedure, so let's commence to perfect mutations. Telescopic light fills the air. Doctors are about everywhere. Patient has arrived, let's prepare to operate and mutate. Delicate incisions performed will generate matter that leads us to be perfect mutations. Telescopic light fills the air. Doctors are about everywhere. Patient has arrived, let's prepare to operate and mutate. Medical insurance accepted for the procedure, so let's commence to perfect mutation.
Thank you. That is the most extreme song you will probably ever hear for the rest of the day. So, yeah, the imagination was definitely hard at work on that one. That one's on the second album and on the, trying to think of my kids' names, the albums. The seventh album, Millionaire. And so I also have a band, and so if you wanted to kind of get an idea of what the band sounded like, that would be it. So this version, that version you just heard, is on that album. So never actually done it live with a band my band in the box, but I'm like, it's only fitting. Like, I have to do that song with the band in the box. So this next song is a tribute to one of my biggest influences, if not the biggest influence. Growing up, obviously, you know, let me make it plain. I'm of a generation where, you know, we listen to vinyl, And now, oddly enough, vinyl is back. It's such a weird thing. Like, vinyl's gone and now it's back. But when I was growing up, I was playing Stevie Wonder all day, all night, songs in the key of life, all the Stevie Wonder stuff. But this next song is a tribute to Stevie, and he did this song for a soundtrack. He did the album, Secret Life of Plants. And this song is also on my Legacy album. This song features Chester Gregory on the album, but I'm going to do my own version since Chester cannot fly in from Los Angeles to do it. I mean, that would be cruel for me to have him fly in for 5 hours to do a song, but I'll just do it since it's on my album.
Discoveries we find inside the secret life of plants. A species smaller than the eye can see are larger than most living things, and yet we take from it without consent our shelter, food, habiliment. But who am I to doubt or question the inevitable being? For these are but a few discoveries we find inside the secret life of plants. But far too many give them in return. A stump could drown or burn as if they're nothing. But if you ask yourself, where would you be? Without them you will find you would not. And some believe antennas are the leaves that spans beyond our galaxy. They've been, they are, and probably will be. Who are the mediocrity? But who am I to doubt or question the inevitable being? For these are but a few discoveries we find inside the secret life of plants. For these are but a few discoveries we find inside the secret life of plants. Oh, oh,
Thank you, thank you. Okay, getting the signal. So, with that being said, I'm only going to do a few short ones, and then we'll wrap it up. But I wanted to do a song really quickly that is on my Legacy album. And it pays tribute. The Legacy album is all my influences. So I do all covers. And this one cover I want to do really quickly, of Yvonne Lins, a Brazilian performer, artist, composer. Anybody Brazilian in here? Yes! Awesome. So, don't charge it to my heart if I mess up the Portuguese a bit. But, when I recorded this, I did the English lyric because I was too chicken to do the Portuguese. So, I'm going to do the Portuguese today. Somos todos iguais nesta noite. Na frieza de riso pintaram, na certeza de sonho acabaram. E eu cerco de novo. Nós vivemos debaixo do piano, entre as pares terroras de fogos, entre luzes e a dança das cores. Hoje está os atores. Penja bandar pra tocar no prado. Olha nos olhos no piqueteiro. Penja bandar pra tocar no prado. Vamos dançar mais uma vez. Penja bandar pra tocar no prado. Olha nos olhos no piqueteiro. Penja bandar pra tocar no prado. Vamos dançar mais uma vez. Bandar pra tocar o prado. Olha nos olhos no piqueteiro. Penja bandar pra tocar o prado. Vamos dançar mais uma vez. Penja bandar pra tocar o prado. Vamos no so 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 do 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 baruta baruta re ba. Zoro pe caro caro po po bandea po bande bandara bandera gas ganda gas sankara po banda zene ponongan gadungan den do botengan denga sanka ta parona don't say it, that's the God of that damn Vamos andar Thank you. And now for our benediction. I'm going to close it out the way I started it with a Thomas A. Dorsey song called Peace in the Valley, which obviously, most notably, when you Google the song, Elvis Presley comes up. That's because Elvis Presley recorded it, among many others, but it's also the only recording where Elvis actually won a Grammy of all his stuff. Go figure. So it all goes back to Thomas A. Dorsey. Well, I'm tired, oh so weary, but I must go alone till the Lord comes and calls me away. Oh yeah, well the morning is light and the Lamb is the light, and the night
the sea. Oh, yes. There will be peace in the valley someday for me. There will be peace in the valley someday. Oh, Lord, I pray there'll be no sadness, no sorrow, no trouble. I see there will be peace in the valley for me. Well, the bear will be gentle, and the wolves will be tame, and the lion shall lay next to the lamb. Oh, yeah. And the beast of the wild shall be led by a child, and I'll be changed from this creature that I am. Oh, yes. There will be peace in the valley someday for me. There will be peace in the valley someday. Oh, Lord, I pray there'll be no sadness, no sorrow, no trouble. I see there'll be peace in the valley for me, for me. There will be peace in the valley someday for me. There will be peace in the valley for me. Oh, Lord, I pray there'll be no sadness, no sorrow, no trouble. I see there will be peace in the valley. There will be peace in the valley. There will be peace in the valley for me. For me. Thank you very much.
All right, let's give it up one more time for William Kurk.